question is, how do Republicans respond now? For that, I'm going to bring in Republican Congressman from Georgia, Buddy Carter. Congressman, good to see you. Congratulations on your re-election. Good to have you back with us.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Congressman, what happens here? The president has sort of created $5 billion as shorthand for his wall, but the wall is actually upward of $20 billion. There are some estimates higher than that. And Nancy Pelosi and her Democrats say they're not budging on the $1.3 billion. So what happens next?
Well, hopefully, I certainly don't know what the new speaker's schedule is. I hope it's not to go to Hawaii again. I hope it's to stay here in Washington and negotiate with the administration, with the Senate, and come up with a solution. There is a number between what is being offered and between what the White House is asking for that I think is achievable. Not only that, but let's keep in mind it includes disaster funding as well, which is extremely important in my state of Georgia and in that whole region. We had Hurricane Michael.
So let me ask you this. At some point, I've heard people say that, look, if nothing happens, if the Democrats put forward this continuing resolution that I just described, Mitch McConnell says he's not putting it forward if the president's not going to sign it. If you recall, the president had made a deal about what he was going to sign. He changed his mind. That's got to be frustrating to Republicans like yourself.
Well, it's frustrating, but I will remind you also that I would submit that the reason he's changed his mind is because of what we did in the Republican House majority. When we were still in the majority, we demanded, we said, we don't want to accept what the Senate has sent over here. Now, if there was a deal worked out between the president and the Senate before, I don't know about it, and none of us knew about it, or I assume we didn't know about it in the House, but we said we've got to have money to secure our borders. Let's keep in mind now what we're talking about. We're talking about illegal drugs. We're talking about terrorists. We're talking about gang members, criminals, human trafficking. There's a lot going on that southwest border. It is a porous border. I've been there. I've witnessed it and seen it firsthand. I know what it's like.
But nobody's object. I speak to a lot of Democrats and Republicans here. I've not heard any Republican or Democrats say to me, that's stupid. There's no need to secure a border. There's no need for more border security. Everybody agrees. There seems to be some sense that the president's wall thing is a little old-fashioned and medieval and out of date. But you've got agreement that people want to spend money on border security and improvement of immigration into this country. There's somewhere to go that's not the president's road, I guess is my point, Congressman.
Well, and my point is we're talking about border security. Now, as I said, I've been there. I know that it's going to be much more than just a fence. Now, in some areas, a fence, a wall is perfect. It's exactly what you need. But you also need boots on the ground. You also need technology, drones. There are a number of things that we're going to have to use and utilize in order to have border security.
Let's talk about you're a pharmacist, sir. Let's talk about drug prices. I mean, there are few prison reform, drug prices, where we can see some forward movement if Congress could actually get back to business. Is that something you can see yourself working with Democrats on?
Absolutely. We all know that high prescription costs are a burden to everyone. It doesn't matter. I never had a patient come in to my pharmacy and say, I'm a Democrat or I'm a Republican, and it was a different price. It's the same price to everyone. Everyone suffers from this. These are the type of nonpartisan issues that we can work on. High prescription pricing, opioid epidemic, all of these things impact all Americans, and we have to work together on these.
We're looking, by the way, at live pictures of Nancy Pelosi swearing in various members of the House of Representatives. Congressman, we are 12 days, 15 hours, and 19 minutes, as I'm showing on the screen, into a government shutdown. And right above that, I've got a picture of the Dow, which is down 600 points. We're not sure exactly why, but this trade war is part of it. That's affecting people in your state. What's your sense both of timing on this shutdown and what you want to tell the president or what you want done on this trade war?
Well, certainly I applaud the president for what he's doing in the way of tariffs. China is out of control. If we don't call them out now, we'll never do it, and we have to do this. Yes, there's going to be some short-term pain in order to get some long-term gain. We all understand that. And I think he's making progress from everything I've been able to see. He is making progress in this, and I think it will come to an end soon. And you know, as far as the partial government shutdown goes, you know, that's going to be up to the Republicans and the administration, to the Senate Democrats, and now to the Republican speaker, or excuse me, the Democratic speaker. They are the ones who are going to have to work this out, bring us back something that we can all agree on, and there is something we can all agree on.
Congressman, good to see you. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure.
Congressman